YouTube, I'm back. What's going on, guys? I've been gone for far too long, as several of you have been telling me in the comments. I just wanted to take a minute here to give you guys a little bit of background about what's been going on in my life. Nothing crazy, all good news for the most part, but I just wanted to give you guys an update. I know it's been a very long time since I posted a video, but I want to change that. I've been making a lot of plans for the channel, working on some new material. And again, I just wanted to give you guys an update about what's been going on. So in the past year, I've actually moved twice, really in the last like 8 months. Moved to a new apartment. Make a long story short, it was a terrible place. It had every problem you can ever imagine. But most importantly, it didn't have a good place to shoot Legends of Bass. I was working on a good spot to do it, but it just didn't really work. It was a really cramped spot. And anyway, got out of that place, and I'm in a new place now with a lot more space, as you can see. But I finally have a good space for my little studio area here, all my instruments, my computer set up, and a nice little area here to shoot Legends of Bass. Other than that, I've been really busy with my band this year. Since my last video, that is, this past year. We've been playing in a few different competitions. We won this local Battle of the Bands. We recorded a new EP. I'll share all that stuff and point you guys to the channel in the description below. But if you're interested, I know some of you listen to my band 21 Kings. Check us out if you haven't. New material. We're planning new shows and even a new album later this year. So I've been real absorbed in that. As for Legends of Bass, you know, there's a couple things other than all this stuff that really led me to sort of becoming less and less productive on the channel. I had actually been working on a new episode leading up to moving, and then it kind of never really came together, and that was for a number of reasons. One of which was I kind of got like really burned out on the format, and I was trying to sort of reinvent the channel, and I just didn't have the time with work and the band and everything else going on. I just couldn't really sit down, you know, for a few weekends and sort of plan everything out. Ultimately, what I realized is I know a lot of you love these videos, the long form, you know, 30 minutes, sometimes like 40 minutes long, where I do a whole bunch of bass lines. The issue is that it's really kind of just too much, and I think ultimately people aren't really, I mean, at least according to the YouTube statistics, people aren't really watching that much anyway. So even though I've sort of said it and not done it, I'm really trying to condense the videos down, do less bass lines, and really focus on the ones that I find to be, you know, sort of a mixture of the best bass lines, my favorite ones, what I really think demonstrates how they are as a player. There's a guy skateboarding in the street. All right, it looks like Skater Dude is gone now. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm really trying to focus on more of the key bass lines to really shorten the videos, and make sure that, you know, most of the video is being watched. It's consumable. It's not this thing that you have to sort of watch in 4 sittings. You know, people really today, you need a quick, consumable video that's, you know, still has good content, but it's not this long dragging on thing. So I'm going to really try to make an effort with that with the videos going forward. In addition to that, I really want to introduce some new content. I've mentioned it before, talking to people in the comments, and I'd like to really hear, again, your guys' opinion. Please comment below. I've had a lot of different ideas, things like, you know, gear reviews or looking into the gear I have, showing you how I use my gear, tour of sort of the different basses and stuff I have here, how I use them, what kind of strings, what kind of things like that, sort of looking into me and my equipment, as well as just other things, pedals, recording interfaces, things like that. Now, I know a lot of you are just in it for the music, a lot of, you know, classic rock heads out there and stuff like that. You don't really care about that, but I'm sure a lot of you are bass players, musicians, and whatnot. And of course, you know, I'm looking to please as much of the crowd as I can. So let me know if you're interested in that kind of stuff. I also want to mix it up and do some bass playing videos that aren't necessarily one player, one, you know, career. I may want to do a band, focus on a single band, even though they may have had a variety of players, or, you know, maybe one subgenre and show them, you know, my favorite punk bass lines or something like that. Let me know what you guys think of that, because I want Legends of Bass to still be the core, but I just don't think it's sustainable to keep doing these like 30-minute videos. So please, drop me a comment. Let me know what kind of additional content you guys might be interested in seeing on the channel besides our regular Legends of Bass videos. The other thing I wanted to clue you guys into is this whole copyright issue that has continually plagued YouTube probably since, as soon as they let all the big publishers and stuff come in and do the copyright searching and all of that and the blocking of videos. And I get that. I understand that, if somebody takes a song and puts it in a video or like a short movie or something, there's proper channels to get the rights to put that in there. Where I don't really agree with the copyright policies is when it's impacting creators like myself who are using the music to educate, to show something, to really appreciate the music and show, what makes it great, or, what is a certain technique, or how do you play a certain part. In the truest sense of, copyright infringement, I'm not using it, I'm not selling it to make money. I all the copyrights take all the monetization off my videos anyway. So it's really like, I want to be able to put it in and not have my video blocked every time I make an upload, which happens pretty much every time. Just this past week, as I've been getting back to work on the channel, I've noticed a couple of my videos were screwed up, and one was completely blocked worldwide. The last episode on Chris Wolstenholme from Muse, it's been blocked. I never got an email or anything to let me know, but it was blocked worldwide, so nobody could even see the episode. It was basically hidden. And that's just dumb. That's because one song was flagged, so the whole video was blocked worldwide. I mean, that's just ridiculous. It's been something a lot of music-related YouTube creators have discussed. If any of you follow Rick Beato, he has a bunch of great videos. I'll link it in the video description below. But he's talked about this, that there's a lot of people he can't cover as a music educator because they block anything that has a 5-second clip of their song in it. So you go through all this work to create a video just to have it blocked, and you can't even share it after all the work you put into it. So that's something that's been very frustrating, and I'm trying to find a way to use sort of other backing tracks that are copyright free from other YouTubers, or backing karaoke tracks and stuff like that. I kind of hate doing that because I want to play it against the original recording so that you can really hear it, as it's meant to be heard in the true, original music itself. But unfortunately, that's not really an option. I dealt with it with the Beatles videos. It's very difficult, and it's just not really, there's no end in sight. So that's something I hope to see change, but for now we're working within the means of what we can do here. One other thing I wanted to touch on is my Patreon. Some of you have been nice enough to support me on Patreon. I really appreciate that. I've tried to bring value to Patreon, or at least when I was very active on the channel, going back, by having a lot of different rewards. And I think what I found is that there are too many rewards, and a lot of them aren't even used because they're higher price tier. What I really want to do is bring the Patreon to a more simplified place where there's only like 2 rewards that are very simple, like, tabs. I think people still get a value out of. Maybe not. Let me know if you guys care about tabs, because that's a huge bit of work to write out these tabs every time I make a video. Or let me know what kind of rewards you'd rather see. I really want the Patreon to also be something that, if you're nice enough to throw me $1 per video, you feel like you're getting, that recognition, whether it be in my description or spoken in the video, what have you, in the credits, whatever. It's something I want to rework because I put a lot of work into getting that page started, and I feel like it's just kind of confusing with all the rewards. So look for an update on that as well. I'm trying to put in the time to get that done and really make Patreon worthwhile for both of us, the creator and the viewer, the fan, you guys. The last thing I want to touch on, guys, and you're going to hear it now first, the next episode of Legends of Bass will be coming out real soon, and I'm going to be profiling John Deacon from Queen. Queen's always been one of my favorite bands. He was high on the list of Legends of Bass when I first got started working on the channel, but I've covered a lot of sort of classic rock guys, especially starting off with McCartney, and I did Entwistle, and I kind of wanted to pivot away, which is why I did Muse, a more modern rock band. But now, you know, everything, all the buzz that Queen's been getting lately, the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, if you saw it, I thought it was great. It sort of reinvigorated my love for Queen. I've been going through their discography all over again, and that in conjunction with sort of this fire inside to get the channel going again, I said, let's put these two together and let's do John Deacon for the next one. So I've already started working on that. I've done a lot of the pre-production and selecting the songs, and I've started learning a bunch of them. So look for that video soon. Other than that, guys, all I can really say is thank you so much for your continued viewership. I know I've been gone. I'm sorry I haven't been putting out videos that frequently, but I will be continuing to create content for this channel. And I do it all because of you guys. I still to this day can't believe the response some of the things have got. I checked on my Paul McCartney video that really took off. It has like 100,000, over 100,000 views. I never thought I could even get 1,000 views. So thank you so much for your continued viewership. Stay tuned for the next Legends of Bass. It's coming sooner than later, I promise. Thanks again, guys, and stay tuned for more Legends of Bass.